So, news to me, I just did a short on this on my channel here, but it turns out that I had a grab bag returned to me because it weighed more than 10 ounces and I tried to mail it with postage stamps. What? Now, so here's the thing. I started making my grab bags fatter than usual, and thusly my shipping has increased. If any of you have happened to notice, unfortunately I've had to raise my shipping because they now weigh more than 16 ounces. But this is brand new to me. I got my grab bag that I mailed back in the mail, and it had a sticker on it, and it said, "Due to heightened security concerns, you cannot mail this package that is more than a half-inch thick or more than 10 ounces using postage stamps." Why? Why are they doing this? So, okay, heightened security concerns. Now, I went and looked this up, and it turns out that back in 1996, this rule came into effect for packages that were 16 ounces or more. Okay. Then in 2007, they switched it to 13 ounces. Now, it looks like back in 2019, it's currently 10 ounces. So, it's just making it more difficult, if you ask me, to have the average citizen use actual postage stamps to mail their package. That's a shame. That's a shame for the hobby. Now, I get it. We have security concerns, right? Just like why security is harsher at the airport since 9/11. There's security reasons that we do things. And, it's for safety. So, ultimately, I will accept that. What am I going to do? But that sucks because I was starting to mail my grab bags with stamps. And then, since I started making them fatter, this has happened. So now, unfortunately, strictly for the convenience of that I don't have to wait in line at the post office after work to see a clerk, I'm going to start mailing my grab bags with those printed out adhesive labels. So, that sucks. Anyways, I just wanted to mention that. I don't know if any of you have run across that, but that was the first for me, and it didn't become an issue until I decided to start fattening up my grab bags. I haven't changed the price. It's still $15, but the shipping did go up because they're heavier, and now unfortunately, I have to either go in and wait in line to mail your grab bag, or just simply print out a label. So we'll see. If I can, I'll try to use stamps. See, I have a whole bunch of stamps that are high-value stamps, like $10 stamps, $5 stamps, that kind of stuff, that I bought specifically to mail these grab bags. And I want to use them for that purpose. But if I can't do it in a convenient way, then it just pisses me off a little bit that it makes me feel like they're phasing out the postage stamp. I mean, I can mail that package with a label, a printed out label, but I can't mail it with postage stamps. I can't post something with postage stamps. So anyways, that's annoying, and so I wanted to mention that. Now, the next thing that I'm going to talk about is, I totally have been making my grab bags fatter, like I was saying. They haven't doubled in size or anything, but I've definitely I've become incredibly gracious. I'm just like, whatever. I pack this polypropylene bag as fat as I can make it, pretty much. So my grab bags are pretty thick nowadays, and even with the additional shipping, I still think that they're an awesome deal because it's a great mix and I love those things. So anyways, I'm not going to keep going about the grab bags. It's Christmas Eve, and I wanted to wish everybody a Merry Christmas Eve. I'm just hanging out at home. It is totally freezing right now here in Virginia. Yesterday we were in the single digits. I was just watching a video about New York having just an absolute horrible blizzard with 60-mile-an-hour winds. They instituted a no driving policy for yesterday and today. They don't even want people on the road. I was watching the video of that, and it looks horrible over there. The mayor was like, look, even for Buffalo, New York, this is unprecedented. So it looks like we're going through a crazy winter spell right now. And I believe it. I walked outside yesterday and thought, holy crap, it is freezing out here. And it's like it just happened overnight, too. So, anyways, I'm going to do this video where I'm obviously just kind of talking about random stuff, which I usually don't do. Now, this isn't going to be my only video this weekend. I am off of work and intend to do a actual video where I think I'm going to do Kyle's Cabinets next. Anyways, I wanted to thank all of you. I did pass 1,000 subscribers over the last weekend, which is awesome. I really appreciate your support. Thank you for watching my videos. And I have, as you guys know, some of you may know, I spend a lot of money. And I have kind of a problem with that. I might be worse off right now than I was last year at this time. So, part of that was a whole bunch of shoes. I bought a bunch of shoes and clothes. Anyways, something that I'm waiting to show up in the mail that I'm very excited to tell you guys about is a massive fancy cancel collection that I just bought from apfelbaum.com. Well, I didn't just buy it, not like yesterday, but I bought it a while ago. And it just hasn't showed up yet, but I'm expecting it to be a whole stack of pages. And I looked at all the scans. I have purchased the most extensive fancy cancel collection that I've ever seen. So I'll be the proud owner of that bad boy. And it is just page after page of awesome fancy cancels that somebody has already taken the time to catalog, which is amazing for me. Now, yesterday I had this nice lady ask me on one of my videos, she said, hey, I've got this bar oval cancel with a 24 in the middle. Is there anything you can tell me about it? And I usually don't go so in depth and make so much effort to answer people's questions, but I felt obligated because since I have such a huge collection of fancy cancels on the way, I wanted to get familiar with what catalogs do people use? How are people cataloging these things? Do I have to buy them? Are they free? And so I ended up actually spending a couple hours yesterday searching through on the internet and forums on stamp discussions what catalogs people use. And I ended up finding this awesome website that I'm going to show you on the screen here. And it's now in my identifier tools folder. Now this website, U.S. Philatelic Classics Society. Now these guys are awesome. Just like StampSmarter.com, they've got some features. On the Philatelic Classics Society, they have resources up on the top. It drops down a menu and you are able to see over here their archives, research projects, and documents. They have this U.S. cancellations 1845 to 69. Now this is an awesome thing. This is the first thing that actually ended up being useful for me. Here what they've done is they've taken this extremely popular and reputable fancy cancel catalog and digitized it for the general public. And so I, believe it or not, was on eBay. I almost was about to pop 60 or 80 bucks with shipping to buy this book from some guy in Germany. Well, before I clicked bid, I decided, well, hold on, let me go and see if there's any free online catalogs. I'll be darned, the exact book I was about to pay for is free, and it's right here on their website. They uploaded it. It's awesome. So if any of you guys are into fancy cancels, this is something that I highly recommend, especially the fact that it's free. And you can actually download the PDF. You don't even have to have an internet connection. That's great. I can't believe these guys did this. Now what they've done here in this section specifically is they have a nice layout of all of the different chapters of this book. So they start with simple designs, and you can go to all of the, you click on whatever you're after, whatever the simple design is, let's say grids, it'll actually upload that section of the book. So the whole book is here, and they've laid it out in chapters for you. It's really, really nice of them to have done this. So ultimately, this is a beautiful thing. And now, this is one way to look at this book. The other way that you can take a look at this book is to actually go to their electronic library. So if you go to their electronic library, let's see, under resources, you go to electronic library. Okay. Under books and monographs. They have all of these albums or all of these catalogs listed here that are all free PDFs. Go ahead, view them live, or just simply download them. Anyway, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you're going to find the Fancy Cancel album. Skinner and Eno, United States Cancellations from 1845 to 69, and it is bookmarked, which is nice. So that means that they have the chapters bookmarked. So you can view it live. Then if you want to download it, up at the top right, you just click the little download button. Booyah, you've got yourself the whole album here to view, scanned beautifully, clearly. It has all of the different fancy cancels that I keep coming across in all of my stamp searches, and I just know nothing about. The really nice thing about this book is that it will tell you where they're from, which is really cool. So, you've got yourself, some bullseye cancel here, a Target cancel, let's say, and all of a sudden it's from 1861 and it's Mason, New Hampshire. I would have had no idea. And so, this is an extensive catalog. I was telling my subscriber that I found this catalog for, that I almost get a sense of dread when I'm looking through these. I scroll through really quick, like page after page, and I just am absorbing like all of the general information and different cancels. Oh my God, there's so many. And it gives me this kind of like, this weird feeling of, my God, philately runs so deep. This is just fancy cancels, and there is so many of them, so much to know. There's, this hobby seems to have no end to what you can know and learn. I mean, it just makes me, it stops me in my tracks sometimes in awe of the absolute depth of this hobby. It is unreal, and it just blows me away still. I feel like, there's hundreds of pages here, and this is just one tiny little aspect of philately. I mean, there's, how many catalogs are there? How much history is there to know? I mean, unreal. It just never freaking ends, and it just makes me feel like I don't know crap, and the truth is I don't. There, you have to give respect to people that have been in this hobby for 50, 60 years, because the amount of learning that they have probably done at that point, there is no replacement for the time and effort that it takes to learn all of these things. Anyways, this is a fantastic catalog. This is what I'll be using when I find fancy cancels in my collection that I want to try and bother to catalog. Now, so there's a whole bunch here. That's a fantastic catalog. Now, next. There is another catalog here that I did find to be useful as well. I downloaded both of these to my desktop, and this catalog here is Cancellations and Killers of the Banknote Era. Now, this just so happened to actually be the catalog I ended up finding the cancellation that my subscriber was trying to figure out in, and it turns out hers was called an ellipse or a bar oval cancel, which I've seen it 1,000 times easy, and I just don't know really anything about. I was calling them an obliterator. Well, it turns out they're a fancy cancel, and I found it way down in the bottom. They have an actual section in this killer's catalog about ellipsis, and they're part of a duplex cancel, and they had it all listed out, and hers ended up being in this actual section showcasing these different designs. Hers ended up being Haverford College, Pennsylvania. So it was really cool that I was able to actually help her out, and along the way I actually finally became savvy with how do you catalog fancy cancels, what catalogs to use. And anyways, this website is just a fantastic resource. I absolutely am very happy that I found it. I bookmarked it. It's going to stay in that folder as one of my identifier tools. And you know what actually led me to this website was initially a Google search that showed me a Lens article that they were discussing how they're updating on this website their digital content. And so anyways, thanks to Lens for making a great article that led me to this society's website, that led me to the catalogs necessary to identify and catalog fancy cancels and to help find my viewers' cancel. So I wanted to mention this website. This is another great resource. So now there's one more that I want to mention that I should have mentioned on my prior online stamp collecting resources video that I made, and it's James over at the TheDigitalPhilatelist. I told you I'd give you a shout out, buddy. James is a nice guy, and he has this wonderful website that he goes through all things and anything philately. He has news articles, all kinds of stuff. Now, he does have a YouTube section, which I did find a while ago and appreciate because I'm on there, and he lists all stamp collecting channels that he's found from A to Z. And if you scroll down to K, there's Kyle's Stamps. And he actually has my videos listed, at least most of them, and he gives descriptions of them, and you can actually just click on whatever video you want to watch and watch it right there through his website. That's awesome. And so yeah, James has a plethora of different stamp collecting channels listed here. There's a whole bunch. I didn't realize there were this many until I found his website, and he comments on my videos sometimes and watches them occasionally, I'm sure. And so anyways, I wanted to give a shout out to James. Thank you. On this website, I mean, he's got information about collecting, he's got countries, information, themes, crypto and NFT stamps, software and apps, stamp dealers, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, blogs, forums, Patreon, Etsy, Ko-Fi, I don't actually know what that is, I'm not going to lie, podcasts, Twitter, TikTok, postcards, and a little section about him. So anyways, go and check out the TheDigitalPhilatelist. It's really awesome that he made this website. It must have taken a lot of effort, and he does update it. So yeah, that's another great resource for anything and all things philately. And I just wanted to give a shout out to him because he deserves it. He does his hard work here, obviously, on this website. It's a nice website, and I think he deserves a little bit of notoriety for what he's done here. So anyways, this was just a short video here where I just wanted to talk about these things. And once I get this fancy cancel collection in the mail, oh boy, I'm excited to look at this thing. It is awesome. There are so many amazing cancels in this collection that I have never seen anywhere. And there's some that I have seen that I've desperately wanted to get my hands on that I finally will have. Like one of them, I don't want to spoil everything, but I got the donkey. There's a donkey in there. When I saw the donkey, I said, oh boy, I have got to get this because I have always wanted that donkey fancy cancel, right? So, I'll get to run through it page by page with you guys, and we'll take a look at those. That'll be its own little series. And I will be the proud owner of what is probably the most massive fancy cancel collection I've ever seen. Now, Atful Bomb had actually given it a estimated net value, like they love to do, at over 10 grand. And I ended up getting it for 80% off, which is higher than, that's the biggest discount I'd ever seen on their website. They always have 60%. Sometimes they jump to 70%. But they actually had an 80% off sale. And when I saw that fancy cancel collection and 80% off, I just had to have it. I had to have it. I didn't want to let somebody else get it. I wanted that collection, and I bought it. So I ended up spending a couple of grand, which, owie, that's going to take me a bit to pay off, but I got the collection, and I'm just waiting for it to show up in the mail one of these days. And then I'll let you guys see. So I'm excited about that. And I hope you guys, some of you might find use from this, both of these websites, this U.S. Philatelic Classic Society and TheDigitalPhilatelist.com. Both of these are great online resources. And that was it for now. I'm going to do a Kyle's Cabinets episode next. And anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Thank you for your support. I'll catch you tomorrow, Sunday, which will be Christmas. All right, guys. Bye-bye.